Well, let's stay with that story and talk to Douglas Yates, who's Doctor of Political Science at the American Graduate School in Paris. Good to see you again, Douglas. Welcome back to the programme. So this political turmoil in France already, it seems, having an effect on confidence and on the markets. What would be the economic implications if the government collapses?
Well, of course, government collapse in the larger sense is not what's happening, but we will have a falling of the Barnier government or cabinet. So the financial markets right now are taking advantage of all of these signs of weakness to push lending rates up to Greek levels, although the French and Greek economy are not comparable at all. And the stock market will probably take a short-term hit. But in the long run, that is, over the course of this year, the budget's going to pass. France has an economy, a $3 trillion economy that's growing. Unemployment is high, but fairly stable at around 7%. And unlike Saudi Arabia, its Gini index of inequality is pretty good. So what's interesting is that the financial markets are responding to this crisis like sharks to the smell of blood. But the fundamentals of the French economy aren't so bad. And that's what will play out in the long run as investments eventually have their reckoning day.
So as we were hearing from our correspondent, it's the budget that's behind all this, isn't it? You say the budget will pass. What kind of wiggle room has the government got to move any more on it?
Right. So this is so interesting. The first wiggle room, and this was noted by Marine Le Pen, who's voting with the extreme left, is placing her in a position like she's the one that's going to keep teachers and government workers from getting paid. She noted the government has emergency powers. If the budget doesn't pass, then it can use emergency powers to revamp last year's budget so that people will get paid. But what I've seen in the United States, a country with recurrent budget crises every January, is the solution is spending, buying everyone off. Marine Le Pen wants pension increases. Give it to her. The left would like increased salaries. Give it to her. This, of course, is bad fiscal policy, but good politics. Until one party has a majority, everyone must have their share of gold.
Douglas, great to talk to you as always. Thank you very much for being on the programme. Douglas Yates, Doctor of Political Science at the American Graduate School in Paris.